So in an investigation of waves, we can take a look at Huygens principle. Now this principle works not only with light but with any kind of wave. And what Huygens basically said is that if I have a source of some kind of a wave, a point source, and this wave spreads out, then what ends up happening is that each little wavefront creates a new little source, and this new little source then becomes a new source for a wavefront. So there's an infinite number of these little sources that are made around, and if I take all the peaks and put them together, it creates a new wavefront. And then in this wavefront there's going to be new sources that's going to create more of these little waves. Now, the reason why this is so useful and why it makes sense is that this explains how you could take, if you ever see water going through a barrier, you notice how the water, if it wasn't like a wave, the water should just go straight through the barrier. You shouldn't see these waves bending behind. You shouldn't see what we call diffraction. And you notice that as you start making this point smaller and smaller, you get smaller and smaller waves coming through. Here they're kind of in a line. Here they're back behind. You get this curve. When you make this opening smaller and smaller, you get more of these what look like point sources, showing that Huygens is basically saying if you have this small enough, then this just becomes a point source and you get a new wave behind it again. So Huygens works for any kind of phenomena that makes waves. It just happens also to work with light, and we're going to see how this concept can be used in terms of defining light as a wave.